Ooh, y'all doing good. It is Sunday. We made it through the first 6 weeks, you guys. Oh, yeah. Y'all, it is Sunday. Pumpkin spice coffee creamer is in the stores. Ooh, and I am definitely feeling good today, y'all. Yeah. All right. Hope y'all are feeling good. Get ready to start our new unit, Romeo and Juliet. Get a little Shakespeare going. I'm psyched. Ready for Monday. I'm glad that first 6 weeks is behind us. I can't wait to see who all comes back this week, face to face. I'm excited to welcome more y'all back to class. Hopefully things will start coming to normal. We're in groups this 6 weeks, so yay for that. To start our book clubs. I have so much to be thankful for today. I'm feeling it today. Feeling blessed. Lord. Y'all, I did it again this week. I remember when I told y'all about spilling my coffee. Did it again in my car. God, it's the worst. I got one sip out of it, knocked it over, spilled it in my car. And again, I didn't have time to clean it up. I'm running out the door. I have to get to work to greet you, lovely children. And so it sat in my car all day in the hot sun and fermented. And so now my car smells awful. Going to the store later today. My husband's cleaning it out, thank God. Thank you. For me. And luckily I have those like diamond shaped like rubber mats on my floor. So like he can pull those out and just throw some soap on it and hose it down with the water hose. So that's good, and wipe down all the stuff inside my car. I'm going to the store today. I'm going to pick up some new air freshener thingies for my car, hopefully. What a week, you guys. Y'all got to have a 3-day weekend. Let me tell y'all, they made us come up to work. We had to come up there on Friday to attend meetings. But all the meetings were on Zoom. So, like, why did we have to go up there? And also, no one, like not one principal, not anybody came by my room to check and see if I was there. They just trusted that you were at school and not at home. Which, like a chump, I was. Brought my kids up there, hauled them up, whatever. I got all that done. Renumbered all the desks, figured out groups, redid my board, did the new PowerPoint, did all the daily slides for next week. So I did get all that done. So that was good. Thank God. Y'all, let me tell you a couple of things. One, watch the movie Jojo Rabbit yesterday. If you have not seen, it's on HBO. If you have HBO, you can watch it for free on HBO. It won an Academy Award, y'all. It was so good. The first 3/4 of the movie are like so funny and you're laughing like it's silly, whatever. And then the last like 1/4 of the movie, y'all, you're like sobbing. It gets you, and you're not expecting it. Well, I guess now you're gonna be expecting it because I totally told you. So sorry. # spoiler. But yeah, the last 1/4 of it, like it's just like a punch to the gut because you're like, like oh somebody, and then all of a sudden you're like, something like horrible happens, like out of nowhere. Okay. One of the characters just straight up like walking in the city like nothing, done a bunch of times, like whatever, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my God. Like there are serious undertones throughout the entire film, because it's set during World War II, and the main character, this little boy, he's a member of like Hitler Youth, right? So there's certainly serious themes throughout, but like his imaginary best friend is like Adolf Hitler. And of course they have Adolf Hitler acting seriously ridiculous and silly, like Adolf Hitler would never act that way, like whatever. So it's kind of a funny haha thing. I mean, Rebel Wilson's in it. There's a lot of like famous actors that typically do comedies that are in it. So like you're in the mood for like funny. Then all of a sudden, bam, serious moment, and you're like, and it just gets you. Highly recommend that. Also, for a show, we've been watching Dark on Netflix. It's crazy. It is German, right? But you don't have to do subtitles. They do like a voiceover. So you can get it with like the English dubbed like over it. The mouths match up pretty decently, actually. So it's not too bad. It's not like way off. But anyway, it's mind-blowing. It's super crazy, really good. But what I want to talk to you about right now, The Social Dilemma. It is a documentary on Netflix all about the social networks that we use. Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, Reddit, Snapchat, like all of the social platforms that we're using these days. So really talk TikTok, like about all of that, right? And a lot of it does have to do with like the marketing, right? They say, one of the lines in the movie that I really liked is, if the product for you is free, right? Then that means that's not the product. The company is making money some kind of way. The company is selling a product. And if it's not something you are purchasing, then that means you are the product, right? So all of us that are on these like social platforms and social networks and whatever, we are the product that Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, Insta, Snapchat, TikTok, all this, that they are selling. They are selling us and our information. Now, I kind of already knew that. Like, you kind of have to live under a rock to not realize their entire money-making scheme is based on advertisements, right? And selling your data and your information to advertisers, okay? So they want to keep you on their social platform long enough so they can bombard you with ad after ad after ad after ad, and maybe you buy something off there. And I totally, y'all, I have been guilty. I have seen something on a Facebook ad, I'm like, ooh, like, I want that. I'm glad, like this cherry bomb stuff that like gets, it's like clean, it's a deep cleaner, whatever. And I like, y'all know, y'all seen my room, right? Like, I'm hyper organized and all of it's gonna be clean. So I was like, ooh, I want to get this deep cleaner stuff and like really get after my grout and all the like caulking in my bathroom and just whatever. And it was like blasting it clean, like it was like white again. So I did, it worked. It did work really, really well. But I saw the ad on Facebook and I bought it. So, you know, Facebook probably made lots of money off that company because of people buying off their ad, right? From them advertising on the company. I mean, on Facebook. So I already knew we're essentially human marketing campaigns, right? We're being marketed to 24/7. But whether I'm on social media or not, I'm going to be marketed to, right? When I'm driving my car, billboards that pass, I'm being marketed to. Magazine articles, I'm being marketed to. The way the grocery store is set up, where things are placed in the store, where things are placed on the shelf, is it at eye level? More expensive items are at high level, right? So you're more likely to buy it. The generic brand, off-brand stuff, they put lower, right? So you're less likely to see it and less likely to be inclined to buy it. People tend to grab for the things that are at eye level, right? So it's all human psychology, marketing, trying to make you spend more money on their products. So, but I know that that's a fact. Whether I'm watching TV and, you know, we get ads, whatever. Yeah, I stream everything, Hulu, whatever. I have the Roku, and so we stream all of our stuff. But even still, like there's commercials on Hulu, whatever. There are ads. Okay. So it wasn't the fact that Facebook is so aggressively marketing to us that was so eye-opening. For me, it was the fact that Facebook, we always talk about how our country is so divided right now, right? And people, you know, they blame Trump, they blame the Black Lives Matter movement, Republicans blame Democrats, Democrats blame Republicans. And it's neither side's fault, right? It's totally been engineered to have us be at odds with each other. And if we don't restore the peace in our society, okay, we're going to end up with the next civil war, right? That's what's going to happen. So we have got to do something to restore the peace amongst ourselves. We are being Republicans, Democrats, the whatever, Blue Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, everybody's being pitted against each other, right? To purposely cause this conflict. Okay, it's all engineered. And that to me was the eye-opening thing, the toxicity of Facebook, that they are purposely, intentionally putting out fake news articles, and both sides are believing it, right? The Democrats are believing that, oh, Trump said that he's gonna run for, if he ever ran for president, he'd run Republican because Republicans are stupid and they would vote for him. Like, he never said that. That was never a real true quote. It was a fake quote that Republicans ran with and absolutely, I'm sorry, that Democrats ran with and believed 100%. Were like, oh my God, share this, share it everywhere. Like, that never came out of his mouth, right? And likewise, there are tons of memes that Republicans like, oh my gosh, there was one I saw recently about Joe Biden saying something that, like, I went and Googled it, and like he never said that. Like, that's totally misrepresented and not at all what he said, right? So it was something about defunding the police, I think, but like he never had said. The point is, whatever it was he said. And so both sides are guilty of seeing art or seeing memes and seeing things and thinking, oh, nobody's doing their research. Nobody's looking it up to see if what they're reading is accurate or true. They're just sharing it and sharing it and sharing it. And of course, every single share that is done, Facebook makes money, right? So Facebook is totally allowing, say whatever you want, do whatever you want, which is why we had to have a congressional hearing to have Facebook come out. And now they have to put, this is not, like, fact check. They got to fact check posts that aren't real. They're not taking them down. Notice they're not taking them down. They are allowing it to be there because they're like, oh, it's freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want, but it's totally not true. And people are believing it and still sharing it. And so for me, that's what angered me the most, was that the evilness. And that's really and truly the only appropriate word. The evilness and maliciousness, malevolence behind Silicon Valley and these tech companies, especially these social media companies, in order to spread hate and be so divisive because it makes them money. Like, at what point do you say there is no amount of money that's worth the cost of the greater good, right? At what point do your morals come into play and say, I am not going to wreck my entire country, our entire society, and create civil unrest for money? Like, at what point is your conscience like, no amount of money could make you do something ethically, right? Or something against your ethics. And so the fact that it seems that There is no line. There is no line in the sand for Facebook to say no. And they're already billionaires, billions upon billions upon billions. Like, it's not like they need more. It's just pure greed. And so, like, there's no moral compass. There's no conscience there. And again, the documentary goes on to say that they didn't necessarily, Silicon Valley didn't necessarily, and the tech companies didn't start out that way, that they started out with good intentions. They really did. But as things went left, the money and the green kept them from trying to right the ship again, right, and steer it back to the right. They just continued to let it go, way off the rails, until where now it's an evil, awful place. So after watching that, I have made a big step, and I have deleted the Facebook app off of my phone. So I'm not controlled by it. I do still have it for the computer because, as y'all know, during what y'all learned about me with my Tasty Table page, I like to cook. A lot of people are like, she likes food, she likes to eat, she likes whatever. Y'all, I like to cook. Okay, that's my thing. I do like to cook. And so I am going to keep it for that. But honestly, and it's an addiction. You are literal. They also talk about that you are addicted to the social media. It's as addicting as like heroin or any other drug, right? It's awful. And I have to tell you, since I deleted it off my phone, it has been so freeing. I realized how many hours of my day, of my time, I was voluntarily subjecting myself to ad after ad after ad after ad after ad, to fake news article after fake news article, to divisiveness and hate and angry, ranting me, especially in this election season. Oh my gosh, it was so toxic and negative and horrible. And it's only been a week, y'all, and I'm spending more time, and I'm present. I am present with my family, my life, instead of sitting on the couch during family movie night, scrolling Facebook, not paying attention. Family movie night this Friday, I had my phone. I didn't even know where my phone was. I was 100% watching the movie with my family. I was present. And gosh, I have to tell you, it feels good. It feels good to be present. So I challenge y'all, you don't have to delete your entire app or whatever, or delete your account, but maybe delete it from your phone so you're not so obsessed. So you've got to be on a physical computer in order to check it now, right? So it reduces that for you. It's too easy when it's on my phone to constantly be on it all the time. So I don't know. I really just challenge y'all to try to like get off of that. All right, the other thing I wanted to talk to y'all about really quickly was some of the stuff from the suspect bio, and about me that some of y'all were saying. Okay, so the music was, I don't know, y'all called it so correct, black classical and some other crazy stuff. It's Screw, okay? DJ Screw is a famous Houston DJ back in the 90s. R.I.P. He has since passed. And he had a whole group of Houston rappers. They called the Screwed Up Clique, right? Bun B, Lil Flip, Mike Jones, Paul Wall, Lil Kiki. Okay, they were all part of the Screwed Up Clique. And every Saturday night, 97.9 The Box would play Screw. And so that style of music is called Chopped and Screwed, right? It's slowed down a lot, okay? And they called it Screwston Saturday Nights. And so the song I play, Down South, is a big Houston song. So it's down south where I stay, switch 4 lanes, never the same. Okay, from the Antoine to the MLK, so it's given street names, right? These H-Town boys like to swing and bang. Swinging and banging is a style of driving that was made popular here in Houston, where you have the lowriders and the big cars, okay, big wide-body cars, typically in candy colors, right? And they weave in and out and switch the lanes like this, and weave in and out between the lanes, okay? Their trunks are typically popped up. They've got big bass in the back, sometimes some LED lights and things back there. That's called trunks popped, right? Tops keep dropping, trunks keep popping down in Houston. That's another big song from the 90s. So that really was a style of music and stuff that we were listening to when I was a teenager and I was coming up in the 90s. So I put that on. The city is New Orleans. My family is from New Orleans, and so I do cook a lot of Cajun food. Red beans and rice and cornbread was one of the ones I had posted for the Tasty Table. Fried green tomatoes, okay. Do a lot of shrimp and grits, things like that. I cook regular, other foods too. I cook, Mexican food, Italian food, Chinese food, cook everything. But I do love Cajun food. My family's from New Orleans, and the city of New Orleans always has my heart. It's like a second home to me. And every time I go there, I feel just at home in New Orleans as I do here in Houston. And it always really is comforting because we get hit with hurricanes as much as Louisiana does. And so it really makes, because I'm from Houston, but my family's from New Orleans, it really makes me feel good to see the Cajun Navy, come here and help us out. And then our Houstonian power line guys and journeymen and whatever will pack up and they drive over to Louisiana and help them when they have a storm. So it's really nice to see Louisiana and Texas, my two, home states that have my heart, really kind of having each other's backs. I love that. The movies, none of them were in black and white. That cracked me up. You were like, oh, black and white movies. Y'all, I just have a black and white printer in my room. So I don't have a color printer in my classroom. My printer in my room only prints black and white. It only has black ink in it. The district doesn't pay for me to have color ink in my printer. So I had to print the pictures in black and white, but they're not. Big Lebowski with John Goodman. Yeah, John Goodman. He was in The Conners. Like, he's in a lot of movies I don't know. John Goodman's in that. Jeff Bridges. Like, he's a famous actor, you guys. He's still acting today. So The Big Lebowski is probably my all-time favorite movie. Empire Records has Renee Zellweger is in it. It is not a black and white movie. I do like Empire Records. Let's see. Sound of Music is probably the oldest film that I had up there. That is one of my I love Julie Andrews. She was the original Mary Poppins. And Julie Andrews played Fräulein Maria in The Sound of Music. But even The Sound of Music, y'all, it was in color. It wasn't in black and white. What else did I have up there? Party Monster, Requiem for a Dream, Almost Famous. Kate Hudson is in Almost Famous. Like that, y'all know who Kate Hudson is? She has those Fabletics commercials. Again, none of those were black and white movies. They're not classics. They were mostly released in the 90s, except for Sound of Music. That's the oldest one up there. But even that one, I think, was late 50s, early 60s, and it was 100% in color. TV shows, Game of Thrones, This Is Us, Sons of Anarchy, love Sons of Anarchy. Watch Peaky Blinders is another really good one. Real Housewives of all the cities. I love Real Housewives on Bravo. So those were some of the shows. I think that's kind of it. The books I like to read are the ones that were on the back table. Several of y'all were talking about books I like to read that were on my bookshelf, but those are for you guys. Those aren't ones that I read. The ones that were my favorite are the ones right there. I will say one of the things I loved that y'all noticed and several people commented on was that I'm a safe space. I absolutely am a safe space, and I want you all to know that. I do 100% support equality for all, right? No matter what race you are, no matter who you love, okay? No matter your age, gender, anything, I absolutely am a supporter of equality for everyone, okay? So I do absolutely support organizations that support and promote equality. So it was very nice that you guys noticed that about me, and that really is something that is very important to me. Speaking of, by the way, I sponsor the Black Student Union. So if anyone's interested in joining our Black Student Union, now that we can start having club meetings again, Yay. We meet on Wednesdays, and as of right now, I think we're just meeting the first and third Wednesday of the month. So our first meeting will be the first Wednesday in October, which will be not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday, October 7th, I believe. Next Wednesday, October 7th. Will be our first Black Student Union meeting. So if anyone is interested, come on by my room next Wednesday after school, and we'll have our first BSU meeting. So yeah, come check that out. Certainly we'll be working on helping promote equality and acceptance at Taylor High School, and diversity, really helping to promote diversity at Taylor. So we have a diverse student body, but within our clubs and our organizations, there's not a whole lot of diversity available. So we're going to be working with some other clubs and organizations on helping to promote diversity. So be looking for more of that to come. All right, so this has probably been our longest Sundays with Simpson that we have ever done, but I hope you all have a lovely Sunday. I'm going to go hit up H-E-B, get some groceries for the week, get my daughter some new scrunchies she's been begging me for, and then I am cleaning house today, getting everything cleaned up, ready to go for the new week. Put on your Sunday best. Remember, no stress. Have a blessed Sunday.